guys, welcome to my channel.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, today we're going to learn about, can you guess it? Well, before we start learning, I'll show you a picture. Let's take a look. Well, now look at this picture. What do you think about this picture? Well, I'm sure that all people around the world do this activity every day, right? So what's the name of this activity? Yes, sleeping. So what time do you usually go to bed to sleep? And what time do you usually wake up every morning? So guys, if you had answered my questions, I guess that you already know what we're gonna learn about. So we're gonna learn about simple present tense. So today we're gonna learn about simple present tense. What is simple present tense? So let's get back to the start when I showed you a picture and you answered my questions. There are two questions, right? The first one is, what time do you usually wake up? And the second one is, the first one is, what time do you usually go to bed? And the second one is, what time do you usually wake up, right? Okay, now if you answer my second question, what time do you usually wake up? You answer it with, I wake up at 5, for example, or I wake up at 6, at 4, at 7, for example. You already use simple present tense to tell me what time you usually wake up. So basically, you already practice simple present tense. So what is simple present tense? Simple present tense is a kind of tenses. You know, there are so many tenses in English, right? And one of them is simple present tense. So when do we use simple present tense? We use simple present tense when we want to talk about habitual activities. When we want to tell someone about something that frequently happens, for example, like every day, every night, every morning, every week, every month, every year, and so on, we use simple present tense. For example, I wake up at 5 every morning. The words or the adverb every morning indicates that we use simple present tense. Another example, I always go to school by bus. The word always also indicates that we use simple present tense because it tells us that it frequently happens, right? And we can use simple present tense when we want to talk about general facts. For example, the sun rises in the east. All people around the world know that the sun rises in the east. It's not in the west, in the north, or in the south. It's in the east. So when we want to talk about something that is known by all people as a truth, we use simple present tense. So, how do we use simple present tense? Well, we're gonna start from the first one, that is positive sentence. I'm gonna give you examples. Let's take a look. The first sentence is, I go to school by bus every day. And the second sentence is, She goes to school by bus every day. Can you see the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? Yes, the first sentence doesn't use as in the verb. And the second sentence uses as in the verb. Okay, let's move to another example. We play badminton every afternoon. Second sentence, he plays badminton every afternoon. Can you see the difference? Yes, the first sentence doesn't use as in the verb, and the second sentence uses as in the verb. So, look at this. This is the formula of positive sentence. First one is subject, verb, object or adverb. Or maybe you can add both of them. And the second one is subject, verb, plus S or ES, object and adverb. Or maybe you can add both of them, both object or an adverb, or one of them. And look at this. The first one, the one that doesn't use as, is used for the subject they, we, I, and you. And the second one, when we add s and es, it is used for the subjects he, she, it. So when the subject is he, she, it, the verb has to be added by s or es. And when the subject is they, we, I, you, the verb is not added by s or es. Now let's move to the second one, that is negative sentence. So I'm gonna give you examples. Let's take a look. I don't wake up at 4. I wake up at 5. The second sentence, he doesn't wake up at 4. He wakes up at 5. Can you see the difference? Yes, the first sentence uses don't, and the second sentence uses doesn't. So, look at this second formula. It is for a negative sentence. The first formula, subject, do not or don't, verb, object or adverb. Or you can put both of them, object and adverb. And then the second formula, subject, does not or doesn't, verb, object, and or adverb. The first formula is used for the subject they, we, I, you, and the second formula is used for the subject he, she, it. So when the subject is they, we, I, you, we use do not, or don't. And when the subject is he, she, it, we use does not or doesn't. But remember in the second formula, when we already put does, we don't add s or es in the verb because we already put does. So the verb is changed into the basic form of it. Okay, so for example, like he doesn't wake up at 5. Okay, it's not he doesn't wakes up at 5. The word wakes should be changed into wake, into the basic form. Okay? Okay, let's move to the third form of simple present tense. It is interrogative sentence. I'm gonna give you examples. Look at the example. The first sentence. Do you go to bed at 9 every night? The second sentence. Does she go to bed at 9 every night? Okay, now I'm sure that you can see the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence, right? Yeah, the first sentence uses do and the second sentence uses does. Okay, let's take a look at this formula. It is the formula of interrogative sentence. The first formula. Do, subject, verb, object, and or adverb. And second formula. Does, subject, verb, object, and or adverb. First formula is used for the subject they, we, are, you. And second formula is used for subject he, she, it. It is quite similar with the second formula that is for negative sentence. When we already put does, we do not add s or es at the verb, okay, because we already put does. So remember in the negative sentence and interrogative sentence, when we already put does, it's only does. Okay, it doesn't work at do, it's only does. When we already put does, we do not add s or es at the verb. Okay, so the verb is changed into the basic form. Well, today we already learned about simple present tense. Do you still remember what is simple present tense? Yeah, simple present tense is a tense that we use when we want to talk about habitual activities. It can be daily routines or it can be something that happens frequently. For example, like every day, every morning, every night, every year, or something that always happens, or something that often happens, or something that sometimes happens, and so on. And simple present tense is also used for general facts. When we want to tell someone about something that is already known by many people, we use simple present tense. So now, can you tell me your daily routines using simple present tense?